Okay, we have to finish out the story in the car. So I went to, so I kept looking on the internet, and I kept, questioning, like, is this really the right person to talk to? And the internet, this was in 2019, kept saying, like, if you have this problem, these are the people you go to. And so finally I was like, okay. And I went to their website, and I thought, well, maybe there's, I don't know how this works. And so I went to their website, and they only had a place for tips. Like, if you have a tip about something. And I thought, well, this is not like I'm at the airport and I see a suspicious person, and like, maybe they're gonna do something bad, or maybe they're just kind of, on Benadryl. Like, I don't know. This is not like something I think something bad might happen. This is something that has happened. My phone has been hacked, my computer has been hacked, and I've gotten these messages. And so I thought, well, maybe I'll call them. And so, like, I tried calling, and they were like, do you want to leave a tip? Like, here's the line to leave a tip. And I was like, I really just need to talk to a person. And so I thought, like in the movies, right? In the movies, somebody goes like to the FBI. I don't know how this is done. They go to the FBI, and so they go into the office. There's like always like phones ringing, and like, people in, sharply dressed people doing, important things. And there's like a receptionist, and, somebody to listen to, whatever's going on. That's how it is in the movies. And so I thought, well, maybe that's the case here. And so I got my nice professional clothes on, because I respect the institution. And I wasn't too far away, because I lived on the outskirts of San Antonio. I saw that there was an office in San Antonio, so I thought, well, maybe I can just go drive down there and, like, talk to a receptionist or something and say, like, is this the right thing that I'm doing? Like, I don't know, could you help me? And so I drove down to the office, and I had no idea, like, that's not how it is. And so the FBI building there in San Antonio, it's more like Guantanamo or Fort Knox. Like, it's like encased in razor wire. There's, like, you have to, have a code or whatever to get into the gate. And then there's obviously I don't have the code. And then there's like a turnstile that, like, it seemed like it would be manned, but there was no one in it, and it was locked down. And so I remember I just like sat outside the office for a while, and I was like, I don't know what to do, like, do I just take this to the sheriff's? Like, the internet said, like, every site that I went to on the internet, including the FBI, said like, this is who you go to. And I've never had this problem before. I don't know what to do. And so I thought, I think I called them again, like, from the parking lot, just to make sure. And it was like, if you want to leave a tip. And I thought, well, I don't want to leave a tip. Like, it's not suspicious. Like, this is something that's actually happened that I need help with. And so I drove home, and I was like, Lord, I don't know what to do. And so I then I got on my computer and I left a tip. Like, what else do you do? And they, when you leave the tip, it's just like a blank form. It's like, maybe like you have 500 words. You submit your contact information. I think, if I remember correctly, it's like, and then you submit like a 500 word, whatever your tip is. And then they send you a message after you click send, and it basically says, like, okay, thanks. You'll probably never hear from us. Bye. And okay. So that was that. And I don't remember if that was sometime in October or early November. I'd have to look back to check, but I sent that, and nothing really happened. The hacking did stop, and so I just kind of went on about my life, and I was like, okay, I don't know what to do with that. And so that was the fall of 2019. And then in 2020, I think it was this, I remember as well, because I was visiting a friend at the time. It was, I think, 3 weeks after the third week in November. And things started happening, and I can't go into what, but at the time, I really didn't know what was happening. I just knew that things were not, something was off. And in my mind, I'm trying to make sense of everything, and is what I'm seeing and what's going on, is it real? Am I, what's going on? And so for a while, I kind of had a simplified explanation in my mind, and things escalated a bit in February, I think, of 2020, and then they escalated a lot in April of 2021, and it's really been a downhill trajectory since then. So all of this to say that, without going into any more detail, that's how everything got started. And like I said, I've told a couple of people, but I really haven't told too many people. And so probably maybe it's time for me to let a few more people know a little bit about what's going on. I don't want to go into a lot of detail, but that's a little bit. And the if you would feel led by the Lord to help me, I really need financial help, because this is my 6th trip this year, and not only is it's expensive, gas, car maintenance, but also because I think somewhere in June I thought, oh, I have this figured out, and I can work while I'm traveling, and it's since become really apparent, like pretty shortly after that, like it just wasn't a good idea. And so that's that. And so I've had a lot of lost income on top of that, but that's the beginning of the story, and there it is. So y'all, please pray for me. I would really appreciate it. If I can pray for you specifically about something, I would love to do so. That would be an honor for me. So that's the origin story as I know it. And yeah, that's it. Y'all take care. I hope y'all are having a great night. Bye-bye.